Right, okay, welcome back to another video on the channel. Yesterday we had Poch's press conference for the Luton game. Today is the Luton game. We're going to go through what he said, what he was asked about. So yeah, let's get into it. So start off with then injuries. Obviously he was asked a few questions throughout the press conference on injuries, about certain players. So first he was asked about, will we see anyone back soon? He had a very blunt yes answer to that. What was good. And he was asked about the cause of injuries, so I said, I think we've been unlucky with some injuries, but yes, that's football. It's better if it happens in the beginning, then we'll get our players back fitter. It's true that injuries have been unlucky, and I think our injuries have been unlucky, because they haven't been because we've played too many games, because it's just been pre-season. It's just been unlucky. Some have been reoccurring. Well, we'll see, we'll have to bear look into that, but on the whole, I think we have been really unlucky with injuries, and that's not even this season, that's the last 3 seasons. You know, we've had a really bad injury record. He was asked about Carney Chukwuemeka. Obviously, he got his first goal for us against West Ham, then came off injured on Sunday. He said, for sure he's going to be much better when he starts again. We do know Chukwuemeka's out for 6 weeks now, I believe it is. He had knee surgery the other day, so he will be back in around 6 weeks-ish. On Mudryk, he said, I think maybe a few days, it is not a big problem. So Mudryk, he picked up a knock in training, and he's going to be out for the Luton game tonight. But as Poch said, it's not a big problem, he's not going to be out for too long. And last on injuries, Mano Brower, he said, we need to wait also, it is close but still. Brower's come back from that ACL injury he sustained in December. It would be great to see him back. We just went with that last bit, and ACLs, they can take you out for so long, it's unbelievable. But hopefully we'll be able to see Brower as soon as possible, and hopefully he can come back even fitter. So the transfer window is almost over, but it's not over yet, so there's always going to be talks about signings. He was asked, what positions do you need? He said, we need at least one keeper. We have talented young keepers, but they need time. He also said, one attacking player of the right profile if it is a good opportunity, but these two errors. So he's clearly looking for a goalkeeper. We know goalkeepers. We were looking for Petrovic. We'll get into that in a second. And attacking-wise, we haven't really been linked to anyone in the last few weeks. He said, as we're going to get more into that in a second, he said, on an attacking player, most important is the profile of the player. We can't stop evolution of players here, as we need to have a younger player. We do have younger players in this position. So that's the thing with attacking players, is he's very much, he knows we've got a good squad of attacking players right now. Some are injured, some in the youth academy, and he's not looking to cut off their opportunity by signing a new player. And he sort of explained a bit of this why as well. He said, if you sign a new player who needs to adapt, then you might spend the same time, but you need to wait for Brower and Kunku Carney, and you're just going to create a mess of the squad. That is why we're working really hard to analyse every situation and make the right decision. And he makes a good point, if you do sign a new player, especially from a different league, they will take time to come in and adapt. And by the time they have adapted, I mean, that in Kunku Brower, they might be back fit by then. So is it really worth it spending money on a player who, you may as well just wait it out for your current injured players to come back. And we know they're good enough to produce the good for us when they do come back. And then last on signings, as I mentioned a second ago, Petrovic, goalkeeper from New England Revolution, he was asked about that. He said, I cannot confirm. I need to respect. He's a player who doesn't play for us. And he said, no, he's not here. And that he was talking about him doing his medical. So I think we are expecting Petrovic to come over to his medical at some point. I think the reason why he hasn't done it yet is because I think he had visa issues. So yeah, I think Petrovic will be over at some point, but not, well, Poch said he hasn't over right now. Then the Romelu Lukaku situation. So the recent news we've got now is that he's going to Roma on loan, or there's talks of him going to Roma on loan. But here's what Poch had to say about him yesterday. He said, the situation has not changed. The situation was really clear before we arrived here. There was a wish between the club and the player to find a solution, and at the moment we are really relaxed. If he wishes and the club wishes to find a solution, then the club will tell me something has changed. So Lukaku, it was already decided that he was going to go before Poch came in. Originally he was going to go to Inter, then he turned down for Juve. Now that Juve thing seems to have stalled, and apparently he wants to go to Roma with Jose Mourinho now. So it's a mess of a situation, but apparently will be Roma on loan for Lukaku, what we've got right now. But one thing for sure, he's definitely not staying here. Poch hasn't even spoken to him yet, so I can't see him staying there. On results, and that's current results and future results, Poch had this to say. He said, we will succeed. The players are buying into the idea and philosophy. It's only a matter of time. It's a process we can't force. It's only a matter of time until we put it all together and start to perform. And he makes, A very good point. You can't rush the process. The fans need to be calm. There will be days like West Ham on Sunday, but we can't put too much pressure on the squad. We can't have too much expectation. It's a very young squad. We need to give them time to adapt and get used to each other and get used to the style of play. And, we know eventually, once they're all adapted, we will be very good because it's a very good, young, talented squad with lots of potential. But it's just giving them that time and not putting too much pressure on them. And I really like their mentality. Poch and all the players have adapted where they're saying we will succeed. It's not, none of them are saying, oh, I hope to succeed. They're all saying we will succeed. And it's it's a winner's mentality. They all know what the goal is and they all think they will do it. And that's a really good mentality. So see, tonight we play Luton. He was asked about what to expect from Luton. He said, it's going to be a tough game. We were watching and analysing them and they're a very good team. They ran fast in transition and they're strong in set pieces. It's a team that we need to respect and need to be humble and we need to match them in the way they are going to play. And then we can go and try and create chances and make the difference. Ross Barkley signed for Luton a few weeks ago. He was asked about him. He could potentially make his debut tonight, apparently. So what Poch had to say when he was asked about him, he said, I was disappointed, and that's on him joining Chelsea over Tottenham a few years ago, he said. But sometimes players have different interests, or the environment of the player has different interests. I think he's a great player. We don't know whether he's going to play or not. So Pochettino, he's been a fan of Barkley in the past, tried to sign him when he was at Tottenham, he came to us instead. And so we know he's a fan of him. Since then he hasn't really had a great time. But we wonder if he can, resurrect his career. Well, two players who potentially could make their home debuts, Caicedo and Lavia. He was asked, are they ready to start? He said, Moore, yes, he's ready to start. Lavia, no. He needs a few weeks to be involved in the team, but Moore, yes. So Moises Caicedo is ready to start. I presume if he is ready, he will start. It was a shaky start against West Ham, but apparently it was his first game in 60 days. You tell the rust was there. I know obviously the transfer saga plus a hamstring injury that kept him out for a while, but I mean, at home crowd behind him, he's playing from the start. It'd be a really good chance for him to just calm it down, get composed, and I think we'll see a lot better Caicedo if he does start tonight. Last but not least, on Raheem Sterling. Obviously, he played very good against West Ham. Hopefully, he can keep it up. Poch was asked for him. He said, from the beginning, we had plenty of conversations about different situations. We need to know each other for the player to trust in us. The quality is here. He's played for Liverpool and City. The quality we know is there. I think he can still improve. He plays really well and the potential can still improve. And, it's so good to hear him saying that Sterling can still improve because he's not a spring chicken, Sterling. I don't know how old he is, but he's one of our more experienced players in the squad. So to know that Poch believes he can still improve is great. He had a really good start to the season. Hopefully he can keep it up. I think just a bit more in product and he'd be fine because he's getting to the opportunity to get goal and assists. It's just that last little bit, and I think he'll be cooking out. And I do think he got a bit of unfair stick last season. I mean, he was our joint top goal scorer. He was adapting to a new team. I do think he was sometimes unfairly criticised, but hopefully he can bounce back this season and silence a lot of people. So that's it for Poch's press conference, and this is what he had to say. Game against Luton. Hopefully we can get our first 3 points on the board tonight at home. It's going to be great. I can't wait. Hopefully we can get our first 3 points on the board, get us up and running, and we can push on. And thanks for watching. See ya.